So I have an interesting one today. Ben's here. We've got the TJ6 on the back of the rollback, and we are about in a remote of an area as you can get. If you look around over this vast valley out here in the high desert, there's just a whole lot of nothing. So what we got going on, how the hell do we even say that? What's going on? I guess say?
I don't think I'd use that word.
No.
Say her husband was out driving and got his car stuck. He had a medical issue and he had to be taken by search and rescue to a
Medical
hospital.
issue, good. So I got called by a lady whose husband ended up out here in his car, got lost, got stuck, had a medical issue where he couldn't get himself out. He ended up hiking, and no one knows how far is the big problem. Ended up hiking until he finally called 911 and search and rescue came and picked him up off of a road out here in the middle of nowhere. It's 2 weeks later now. He's still in the hospital, still unable to talk to anyone and explain this whole situation in any detail. So somewhere out here is this lady's car, and it's their only car that they have, and she's been for 2 weeks walking to work every morning in Bend, about 5 miles each way, and it's cold in the morning. She starts her shift at 4 a.m. So we really have no information on where this car actually is, what kind of situation it's stuck in, or
But we do know it's stuck in the mud.
Stuck in
It's
the
near a tree.
Yeah.
And there might be a red barn near there.
That's kind of the only details we got.
No pin drop, no GPS, no location. A red barn, a tree, and a mud hole.
Yes. So we brought the TJ6 so that we can deploy it off the truck and get to wherever we need. And then we have the truck so that we can haul the car back to town and tow the Jeep behind it and get everything back in one shot. So this is an interesting one. It's like wild goose chase to the max.
Trying to be optimistic, but
Yeah, it's complete wild goose chase that we have absolutely nothing to go off of. But we'd really like to get this lady her car back.
And everything you guys just learned, I just learned after I rode 100 miles out here.
I didn't tell where we're going.
Didn't bother to tell me the extent of the situation until we were right here on this road. He's like, oh, by the way, we're looking for a red barn, a mud hole, and a tree. And I'm like, really? That's all you got?
What I really like is that you were willing to just hop in the truck and go without knowing
I thought
what
it
we
was
were
going to be
doing.
something. We go out to 100 miles, we go recover something, we go home, we have lunch.
It might be. So, ultimate wild goose chaser, we have nothing to go off of, and the chances of us finding this are so slim. But it's worth a shot to get this lady her car back so she's not having to walk to work every morning at 4 a.m. when it's 20 degrees outside. So we're going to keep heading out this road. We've been on it for about 5 miles so far. According to GPS, it's another about 20 miles of this dirt road before we get into the area, I think, where it is. But we're going to keep our eye out for a red barn and a tree. There's plenty of mud. The mud's everywhere.
Yeah.
All the snow melt has all this just as a swamp damn near, so
Let's hope for the best and plan for the worst.
let's go.
Yep. I was trying to think of a politically correct way to say that where you weren't going to sound like an asshole.
I know.
That's really all you can do.
Yep.
But you want him to understand that it wasn't like he didn't just end up here, whatever. You have to give some kind of...
Yeah. This is a tough one. Like, I want to be sensitive to people's situation, but how do you explain what we're doing?
Right. And I think that was the best way to do it.
Look for a red barn out here.
In 20 miles...
Maybe. We don't know for sure.
I can see 5 miles in every direction right now.
Look how much water.
We're done with the trees.
Look all the water just running through the desert. It's all the snow melt off. That means that is just soup out there if we get into it.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow this year.
60 miles an hour down a gravel road in a truck.
Yeah, it's great. Could be a lot worse. This road's graded.
Yeah, the road's actually really nice.
Wouldn't want to...
So we just stopped and talked to one of the locals out here. It has one of the ranches out here, and he doesn't know anything. He hasn't heard about a search and rescue deal out here or anything. So he also said there's not a lot of red barns. Okay. He said up by the reservoir back there, he doesn't think there's any red barn or anything like that up there. There is the refuge out here.
So I'm just
in another 12 miles.
I'm just waiting for the black cloud of darkness to come over the top of this.
Me too. Let's go. I don't know. Let's go. Let's just keep going.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
Look for the infamous red barn.
Red barn and a tree and a mud. Now here's what I'm nervous about. There's a couple big dry lake beds and mud flats out here.
Let's not even talk about that, because
I just really hope he didn't just bonsai it out across one of those and it's stuck in the middle. But good news, the locals are friendly.
that was nice.
Yeah, and I explained to them what we're doing, so they're not going to chase us out of here with rifles if they see us poking around out here.
That's good. He'll probably call or text or
yeah, he said he said he'd let the others know.
Whatever that means. Okay, we'll give them a call. I'm sorry to burden you with all that. All right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
So I want to explain what just happened.
Okay, so I looked up the county that we're in, search and rescue, on the internet, found their Facebook page, found their website, found the contact person, and the contact phone number. I called that phone number and I got the treasurer's office for that county, the people that collect your taxes and your bills.
No, you left out the best part. He explained this whole situation in great
before she
detail.
told me it was the treasurer's office.
Then found out he just called the treasurer's office.
So
and this lady's like, I don't know what to tell you.
She was very nice. Let me see that number while you're...
So now we're going to call the sheriff's department directly and start there. And just try to get even a better of a rough location of where we should be looking, because we're lost. Well, we're not lost. We got nothing here.
Got my pen and my paper whenever you're ready.
All right. So it looks like when he initially called in, he was at the coordinates of 43.4962, and that's when he initially called in 911 on foot. I believe his vehicle was on Highway 395, mile marker 5. That's where the vehicle slid off.
That's where it slid off?
Yeah.
So Highway 395, mile marker 5.
Yes.
That gives me way more information than I started with, and I greatly appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. You enjoy the rest of your morning.
You too, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, so basically, we're not even close.
No, we need to turn around and go back.
We gotta go all the way back, get back on the highway.
Did you hear what she said? She said Highway 395,
slid
mile
off.
marker 5, slid off the road.
So we gotta get back on the highway, go back into the town of Riley.
And then turn on 395 and go down 5 miles.
Head south. So the place where we stopped and got food this morning?
This is the time where you say, Ben, that was a really good idea to call the search and rescue before we went 25 miles down this freaking road.
That.
Yeah. We only went 5 miles down the road.
I am going off the information I was given by the customer.
Yes, but you call the people that picked them up. She didn't pick them up, silly. The search and rescue did. That's who you call. Let's go.
I love it when you get fired up. Okay, the pin drop we got from the sheriff's department, who is incredibly helpful and nice, by the way. Thank you, Harney County.
Yep.
Looks like in the middle of all these hay fields, way out here. Which this is Highway 395. They said the car slid off the side of Highway 395, which is wildly different than the information I got from the wife.
Yeah. Thanks again, Ben, for calling the search and rescue to find out the correct information.
Yeah. But if you go out 395, 5-ish miles looking would be the road that goes up into that farm area. So I'm wondering if he crashed his car somewhere in this area and then hiked all those miles up there, which is a long freaking way, before calling 911.
Not nearly as far as it would have been from here to where.
Yeah. So we are way over here, and we got there by coming through all this desert up here to this highway, which is, you can start to see like how freaking remote out here we are. We can probably get from here to here through the desert, but we're gonna go back up through here, get on this highway, go back down this highway to here, the town of Riley, go out this highway to hopefully look for a crashed car about 5 miles out, and if not, then start up the road towards these ranches up here. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I know what we're doing, so.
I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I wish I would have just had the camera going right there. A flatbed truck pickup, like it was a Dodge or Ford something, whatever it was. It was a Dodge pickup with a flatbed on it and a horse on the back, saddled up, ready to go, headed down the road.
And I was sure it was a camper when it was coming towards you.
It was a horse on the back of a flatbed truck, saddled up and ready.
Well, inside of a enclosure.
There was guardrails.
Yeah.
Would you just back up to the bank and unload the horse off the back and go riding? That is how you know you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
It'd be so nice to have a ranch like that out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It'd be very difficult to do your job if we lived out here.
No, I would just make ranching videos.
Yeah.
Duh.
Plenty of people to do that.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Nice ranch way out here in the middle of nowhere all to yourself.
Pretty peaceful.
Yes. Okay, on the way out we saw all this water flowing through here. I think I even took a little shot of it. But on the way back we saw it's coming from a waterfall right up here in the desert. So Ben's being a hater and gonna stay in the truck. And I'm gonna walk up there and check out this waterfall. This is so freaking cool. Just right through the desert. Yes. The natural lava rock waterfall. We do need to get over there to see it better though. Oh, this might be worth getting the boots wet for. We need to get over there somehow. No way! I think I just found something super cool. Look at the way these rocks are stacked up right here. That's all been filled in back behind, but these are stacked. Is this another bunker site? Like the one I found in the other part of the desert that I won't tell you where it is. Oh, I hope so. That'd be so cool. Look at these natural stairs. Here's my truck down there. Wow. So I do still see on that hill right there some patches of snow. This must be like, we're having a warm day today. I don't know the last time I've worn just a t-shirt. It's been a really long time, so this warm is probably just rapidly melting all that snow melt up there and sending it down. It's just running right across the desert floor. So that hill goes over and down to the bottom of that one. So all this runoff is just this. Meaning, you know how incredibly rare it is for this to happen and that waterfall to actually form? There's probably very, very few times a year that that waterfall actually happens, because it's just this little bowl right here when the snow melts off of it. And it's probably not very often that the snow melts so fast in one suddenly warm day that it creates a waterfall. So this is a real treat for the day. The dirt is all super wet and muddy, as you can see, very soft. So there's a lava flow right here, like a 4 or 5 foot wide lava flow that kind of meanders down. I'm just walking on that because the rock is the only solid ground out here. It's almost like a hiking path if it was like a little smoother, you know. Geology is just cool. I like looking at it, trying to figure it out, coming up with ideas of how stuff formed. being completely wrong, but still just being happy to look at it and think about it. Okay, back to our, oh! Got off the rock, sunk. Whew. Back to our waterfall. All right, you want to talk about absolutely amazing. This nice little place to sit right here under this tree. Perfect bench rock. And this is your view. If I didn't actually have like a job to do today, I'd be spending a lot of time right here. Absolutely amazing. This has got to be such a rare sight for this waterfall to actually form. There's not much land area right there for the melt off to come from, but this was all snow probably yesterday. And today's this sudden warm day all of a sudden where it's just rapidly melting off. This is probably such a rare sight. Very happy and lucky to get to be able to see it. See how it's just going through all the scrub brush and trees. That's how you know it doesn't like flow here. Just ran into these guys here. They're locals out here. They live out here. They said they've never seen this thing flow water. Well, it's been like a stream come down as the snow slowly melts, but to be a raging waterfall like that and flooding all this, said they've never seen it happen. So we caught it on just the right day where it got hot all of a sudden and melted the snow off in a hurry and didn't just slowly trickle it away as it melted. Good day. Definitely a good day so far. Ben is still on the phone selling trucks.
So now we're back to the pavement. It's 10 miles back to that store where we had snacks and you made a couple of phone calls and I should have made a phone call there, but I didn't. And then it's like another 5 miles down that other road that's hopefully paved as well.
What is
and
it?
then
It's a highway.
And then miraculously, we're going to see a car in a ditch that we just need to go load up and bring home.
Allegedly.
Hey, but you got to see a waterfall.
I know, that was a highlight of the day. Well, so far.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to get much better than that.
No, that waterfall, that's like a... Those people said they lived out here like 30 years and have never seen that waterfall.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is snow melt coming off the top of it.
So that was the treat of the day.
Perfect.
So this is the town of Riley, Oregon. There's a store there and there's a post office there. That's the whole town.
And welcome and thank you and goodbye.
Yep, that's it. This is the whole town right
This
here.
is literally one of those towns you could blink and miss it.
And this is the only store in this whole stretch out here of highway between Bend and Burns, and it closes down at 8 o'clock. So if you come through here anytime after 8, it's 130 miles between gas stations. So keep that in mind if you're in this area.
And if you want to know how he knows that, he used to get called out all the time from Bend to bring somebody gas who was a mile away from this store right here.
Look at this sign. Next gas, 118 miles.
Yeah.
So if that tells you how
thanks.
far in the middle of nowhere we are right now, it's 130 miles between gas stations this way and 118 miles between them that way. Middle of nowhere.
How much gas do we have?
Enough.
Okay.
I'm doing it right here.
Oh man, you are brave.
I can see 100 miles in every direction right now.
I know, but just don't go very far off that road. Oh, somebody else did that too.
I see, yeah, that's dually tracks, so it's something of a little bit of weight turned around right there.
Let's just not go too far and have to test out the auto chains. Oh,
I'm
there's
keeping one drive axle on the pavement.
It's probably a good idea. Beautiful view out here. Look at all those mountains. Hey, we're almost out of battery.
Yeah.
We probably should change that before we get to the climax point. Yeah, I did.
All right. Only a 5-point turn. We're good. Let's go back to that grove of trees.
All right, let's do that.
So we are here off of milepost 5. That's the highway there. And we got nothing. There's nothing on the side of the road. We took a drone and flew as far as that thing can fly.
I bet
in every direction.
I bet you flew about 8 to 10 square miles.
I went through 2 full batteries and went every road out here, up and down the highway, and a big scan on either side of it.
Everywhere you could possibly go that you could have maybe drove something.
We've been here for an hour flying.
Yeah.
Easily. And
I know, my tummy's rumbling.
We got nothing. My kind of thought, though, is the sheriff said it was where it went off, milepost 5 is where it went off the side of the highway. Slid off the road. Like as if it were a roadside accident.
Correct.
And then maybe he walked off to the nearest ranch, which is from not right here, but at night, especially be able to see the lights over there. If I go by the back of the truck, you can just see the tops of the barns and all.
Yeah, you can see them in the valley right over there, even from just sitting here.
So maybe he saw lights or that and walked that way, got pulled out of there for some reason. But what if the car got picked up by a tow company out here? It got called in. And just, she hasn't got notice of it yet. Because it would go to a tow company. They'd have to go through the whole deal to figure out who owns it and send a certified letter.
Right.
It's been 2 weeks, but you know, cars sit on the side of the road out here for a week or two before they get picked up anyway.
Picked up, yeah.
So what if it got picked up?
Yeah, it could have been. And it could
anywhere in the last week, she wouldn't have got that notice yet.
And it could be sitting in a tow yard 35 miles to the east of here.
Yeah, in Burns, which is where it would have went.
Right. So do we call the tow companies there and ask them if they have a red Subaru Forester sitting there?
There's a thought, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we're getting on the internet and looking for tow companies in Burns, Oregon.
Yes. Ben with the phone calls again.
I guess that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, you're the phone man.
I didn't know why I was coming today, but apparently...
Well, I didn't either, but you came, so...
Yep.
Alright, so we called the local towing companies. Not really like local, the closest towing companies to here in the closest town. There's 3 of them. We called and talked to all of them. We've got some tips. They've heard the story too. So we've got some ideas to go off of. So now we're heading farther out into the middle of nowhere and going to try a couple more things. Update time. So
update number 77.
We went 18 miles down the road this way and got to a spur road that cuts off based on some information we had gotten. And then one of the state DOT workers stopped by to see what we were doing on the side of the road. We talked to him. He had some information, and it helped. Then Ben got on the phone, called some more people. Ben ended up finding the deputy that went out and pulled the guy out of there when we're in the way wrong spot. So now, we're turning around. Remember where we started this whole adventure, like way back at the beginning? We're going back there.
Going by the waterfall.
Past the waterfall. So we're going to head all the way back on this highway to the town of Riley.
Stopping.
The one store.
Food.
Ben's hungry, so we're going to stop and get food. Then we got to head back up the Highway 20 farther east, back down the dirt road out into the desert, and then it's off one of those dirt roads down in there.
But the good news is, since I talked to the deputy that actually picked the guy up, he said he's got a couple things going on, but he'll be done shortly. And if we can't find the car, he will come out and help us find the car.
I will say, Harney County Sheriff's Department, from the dispatchers to the deputies to all that, they have been huge help in this. Super friendly and super just want to help out and help get this done.
To Harney County.
Yeah, so we're going to head back to the Riley store so that Ben doesn't get too hangry, and then we're going to go back to where we started and start over. It's 1:30 in the afternoon now. We started this at 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah, and we are going, and we're restarting.
We're retracing our steps.
Yes. Oh, what a day.
Oh my gosh, and I hate to make this statement right now. It is far from over.
Yeah, so
it is far from over at this point.
I'm not making dinner tonight.
I feel like dinner's out.
Dinner's out.
My dog is going to be so mad when I get home.
I was supposed to be back in time for dinner tonight, and...
Because it's your birthday.
Well, if it's my birthday dinner, then I can be...
Yeah, but your wife's going to be mad.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah. Well, the waterfall was my birthday present. The once-in-a-lifetime waterfall. So
there you go.
That works. Let's go start over.
Okay.
Okay, some explanation. So when we called Harney County Dispatch, the dispatcher read us the dispatch report as it was dispatched. But it turned out just the same for them, where it wasn't as dispatched, and they ended up finding the guy in a completely different place. So now that Ben found the actual deputy who did the search and rescue, we got some new information. So Ben found him nachos. I've got a Philly cheesesteak wrap out of the hot cart here. Can you put chili on it too?
Nope.
Why not?
You want to ride 130 miles with me having chili in my gut?
That's what the Jeep on the back is for.
Adventure now.
So we are, just like we were this morning,
More snacks.
leaving the Riley store with some snacks for the day. Only difference is it is now 2 o'clock. Another half hour up and out to where we're gonna start our search from again.
Here we go. Giddy up.
Yeah, we tried flying out. We got only so far up until the wind kicked up, and now it's too high a wind. So we're gonna take the Jeep out the most sensible road out here that he would have gone out. But the problem with doing that is sensible wasn't quite in the cards at the time. So wild goose chase continues. Let's go. Yeah, we've gone exactly this far off the main road, and it is just slush soup crap out here. So I'm letting the tires finish airing down, but I don't know. This whole area is supposed to be really rocky, and that's why I didn't bring the track Jeep, but we don't want to get this stuck. That will make for a really long day. We'll go up here where it flattens out some and see, or do we want to drive all the way out here backwards so we have a better chance of getting out? So we got that far, it started pushing into it and spinning a good bit. See the diff starting to hit right there.
We're done with this road.
There's nothing to winch to really out here, so we're gonna back out, go down the road a ways, and try another road that wraps around. The issue is, even if we found it out here, how we get it out this?
Yeah, it's
Because if he drove out here 2 weeks ago when this snow was firm and hard and frozen,
right. And he was on top of everything.
or there wasn't snow. Oh. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Track Jeep I would drive out there, but
Yeah.
it's the problem is so rocky. There's not enough snow for it really because it's so rocky underneath. Then we cut a track, we're just as screwed as if we got this stuff.
Can we put that too high?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
All right.
let's go this way.
Let's see if we can find a dry road that he might have driven on.
All right, we found a 2-track road that heads in the direction we need to go. Those power lines out there, we think we want to be on the other side of those power lines.
Comes the mud.
Just figuring out how to get there
This is when the windows stay up.
is the issue. Ooh, it is muddy.
Yep. Well, there's a tree.
I really hope it's out this road. Because I think this road is our last ditch effort and then it's go home time.
Yeah, I mean, we can't. Got 8 hours into this deal already.
Yeah, and we still got 3-hour drive home.
Yeah.
Well, then you've got another.
Another 45 minutes, an
Yeah.
hour. Yeah. No, I know. I've done the math.
There you go. Okay, this is starting to push ourselves getting in trouble.
Well, there's nothing to winch off of. That's the problem.
Yeah. How far do we want to push it? I also don't want to tear the hell out of the road
Yeah, I mean,
that the farmer's going to use.
But the sheriff also knows we're out here. We told him.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the Jeep's getting out. It just means we will.
No. I meant as far as like if he sees, if someone calls and complains we're out the road, they can say, yeah, there was a guy out there doing a recovery for a vehicle that we've been trying to get out of the wilderness.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we can make it to the power line and we do it just to look everywhere from there, we can turn around at that point. This rock helps.
Yeah.
At least gives traction.
It is so wet out here.
Yeah, this snow really put the water to the ground out here. These farmers are going to be excited come spring though because stuff's going to grow. But man, what a mess right now. Look at that, it's just a river running right there. In the middle of the desert. That normally doesn't have any river at all. It's just nature's way of trying to find a place to put the water.
It is soft out here.
Yeah.
All right, this crop. No, we're done. Look at that. This
We're not
is.
going across that. Nope.
This is end of the road for us.
Yep.
Because that's all that river water running across right there.
Yeah. So that's
Look at
just,
down there. Look how look how fast it's moving down
Yeah,
there.
it's got ripples to it.
Let's see what the wind situation is there. If we can
Okay.
put the drone and get out there.
Might be.
Oh, that is the road. All that water. Look, it just goes right here, and then that's the road the water's running down. Let's go look. Yeah. Look how soft that is. Whoa.
I don't even want to walk on that, dude. Look at that. Look, my footprint is here.
So all that right there, that's the road. We aren't going down that. Shit.
It's awful.
Now how do we turn around without getting into this nest?
How do I get out?
Well, you stay here.
No.
Look at it just.
Literally just took my shoe.
Well, folks, I think that's the end of the road for us. Ah, that sucks. I really wanted to get it.
We'll get it. It's not today.
Yeah. Definitely not flying the drone in this.
Nope.
Okay, let's get out of here. Now we got turned around. I did not film that because I had to concentrate on not getting stuck turning around in this, and it was close. But look at the water just running down it.
Yeah, it's like a river down the road. There's no place for it to go.
Okay, let's hope we make it back out of here.
You know the real bummer for her at the end of the day is this isn't an insurance claim for her.
Yeah.
She can't claim it as a total loss. She can't claim it as stolen because her husband just left it. So if it doesn't get found, she's just out the car.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but that's the reality.
I don't know what we could do. Once we have to wait for the snow to melt, then the ground to dry out afterwards before we can
you're
get back out here.
He's not kidding. June is probably when it will be doable again.
Because even if even the other road we head out, this rocky stuff we can't do on the tracks.
No.
So the other road that was all snow, the tracks would have gone across that. But if we got out into this rocky on the other side, we're still stopped.
We're dead in our tracks again.
Literally.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like that, but yeah.
So fender extensions next on the list.
Yeah, mud deflectors. It's okay. I like looking at mud splattered windows. You got good wipers.
Yeah.
I mean,
For now, until that mud scrapes them down.
so
to
right
nothing.
now when you go through that, right there, yep. Clear this way.
Are you sure? Because I can't see much.
I can see-ish.
Oh, we should go back into 4 high. Or 2.
Too high.
There you go.
Luckily the truck's only half a mile that way.
Yeah. So something we just looked at coming out here, all the water alongside the road, like all that wasn't there like that at all on the way out when we came out this morning.
No.
That's all new stuff that has come up since this morning as the snow melt comes up. So if we got out there and all that water came up higher,
Oh, we're done. We'd be sleeping out there for a couple days.
yeah. So like all of this alongside the road here, this is all coming up since this morning.
This is not good. Oh. Sorry, Mrs. Customer. Your car is not going to be found today. Self-covered in mud.
Oh man.
You want the Insta360 camera back in that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, we tried. Well, we are loaded back up. And Ben's phone hasn't stopped all day. But we're headed out of here. We called the sheriffs, let them know that we're headed out and did not find it. Conditions are so bad, even if we found it, there's no way we're getting it out from back in there
to get
anywhere.
ourselves out.
Yeah, so it's just not gonna happen today. So total bummer. I really wanted to help the lady out and get the car back to her, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. It is pushing 4 o'clock now. We've got a 3-hour drive back home. So long day, lots of driving, lots of searching, lots of back and forth, but maybe once all this ground dries out, we can try it again. So for now, that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Ben, for being like the idea guy of like, hey, maybe, you know, call the sheriff's office and see where they found him at. You know, things like that. So
it was fun, even though we didn't get it out.
Yeah, we saw a cool waterfall.
Saw a cool waterfall, and maybe in June we'll make a new video for the same car.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll see you next time.